The St. Francis Center's mission is to serve families in need that live in the Redwood City area, and we are really focused on trying to move these families from dependence to interdependence so that they become self-sufficient members of the community. The St. Francis Center was begun in 1986 by a Franciscan sister who retired from being an entomologist in Berkeley. She researched all different neighborhoods and found this community to be very underserved, and so she started a food and clothing program right here where we are today. Our logo is compassion without judgment, and so I'm hoping that everything that we do echoes and practices compassion without judgment. About 8 years ago, we worked with Butler Construction to build the building that we're in right now. It is a 3-story building. It's our main office. On the first floor, we have direct social services. On the second floor, we have administration and education, which is near and dear to my heart. And on the third floor, we have more low-income housing. We also have a community garden across the street. It has 46 raised beds. We have families that plant there and harvest there at least twice a year, and it's a great addition to our community. We have a second community garden that we just developed about 3 years ago, and it only has 23 raised beds, but again, it has been very beneficial to be able to grow your own locally produced and herbicide-free, pesticide-free food. We also have Sienna Youth Center, which is right around the corner. It services 180 kids after school that are very local to the community. We actually have 2 busloads of kids that come from the public school right to Sienna Youth Center. It was also built by Butler Construction, and it is platinum certified at the LEED level, and we're very proud of that. Right across the street from that is St. Leo's. It is a 14-unit 2- and 3-bedroom apartment building that was specifically built for larger families, and it was built for low-income housing as well. We are a multi-service nonprofit, but right now our strategic plan is very focused on housing, because if you ask any nonprofit, no matter what their service area is, they would all tell you that housing is beyond crisis. One of our goals at the St. Francis Center is to try and snatch up as many multifamily properties as we can. We want to turn those properties in perpetuity forever into low-income housing properties so that the families that are there can never be subject to the exorbitant rents that are on the peninsula. Binadeture is a building that's located in downtown Redwood City. It's 25 units. It's one of the only places, at least right now, that is available to low-income families. So this building will be 100% for low, very low, and extremely low income families.
Rebuild together!
This year, W.L. Butler has partnered up with the St. Francis Center for our Rebuilding Together project. We're working on a 25-unit apartment building here in downtown Redwood City. We tried to update the building by just repairing some of the facial work, doing a new paint scheme, updated colors to try and match the other more modern apartment buildings in the area. We're creating this community area behind us to kind of create a more community feel for the building. We're adding new benches, planter boxes, barbecue, just trying to create a more community feel.
I'm super excited to see this project coming together, because it's one of 30 that we're doing today for National Rebuilding Day, and it's always wonderful to have W.L. Butler as our partner to do great projects like this for other nonprofits where we can serve more low-income people in the community. That's what we're all about, and we're so thrilled that you all could be here today.
What we do benefits all society. Redwood City is a beautiful place, but it needs low-income housing. A project like this is perfect. You know, we're working together, and we're creating low-income housing out of a project that's already here. It couldn't get any better than this.
It's a good feeling when you can give back. You know, we not only we've been blessed working with Butler, but you know, we're just blessed throughout everything we do, and it's nice to give back to the community and beautify something with what we've been doing for the last 30 years. So that being said, it's this probably won't be our last project, and as long as Rebuilding Together is out there, you know, touching lives and continue to do what they do with all the volunteers, we'll continue to be part of that.
I am so excited to be here today. It's kind of like walking in a room filled with goodness. So how can you go wrong there? Every single person is here giving their Saturday, and you know how treasured Saturdays are. So thank you to Rebuilding Together. Thank you so much, W. Butler Construction. I cannot tell you, you've not only made my day, my week, my month, I don't know, maybe more than that.
As far as paint goes, there's 100+ gallons of paint used on this property. That's a lot. It's amazing, and it's definitely made a huge difference to the building.
Rebuilding Together's done a great job of improving our community that we live in and work in, and I hope we get to do it for another 29 years or so, right? Mm-hmm. Show a smile even though your braces are there. Yep, we're happy to do it. Happy to help Sister Christina too.
I like Rebuilding Together because it brings a ton of people together from different communities, and it feels great to do something for someone else.
Sister Christina and the St. Francis Center provide vital housing for people that otherwise would not be able to live in the community. The community is served by these people. These are your housekeepers, these are your gardeners, these are your people working in the restaurants. When I first met Christina, it was back in around 2008, I believe, and she had just finished the Casita house, which was a Rebuilding Together project. She's just got her vision, and she's just an unstoppable force, and she makes things happen and she gets them done. And I'm just so proud of her and so proud of her mission and what she's been able to do for the community.